Welcome to Sheena's Lifestyle Journey, where I normally talk to you about health, food, travel, and business. Today, I'm going to talk about something else. I'm going to talk about what do you think they see when they see a black person. This may be quite controversial, but I'm just sharing pictures of people that I feel are prominent and most important as blacks. Black people have often had the horror of facing many racial injustices throughout their beings here on earth, throughout their time here on earth. We are a beautiful people rich with culture, traditions, and many beautiful ethnic groups. We're scattered throughout the whole continent of Africa, from North Africa to South Africa. And I wanted to take a dive so we can talk about what's going on today in the Ukraine and how it affects all of us as a people. Before I move on, I just want to ask that you please like, comment, and subscribe. Now listen to this news report.
The violence in Ukraine. Worrying accounts now of racial discrimination are being reported throughout the evacuation efforts. The United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees is now confirming to us that there are cases of discrimination in admitting refugees. One Congo native saying he was discriminated against while trying to board a train out of Ukraine. Take a listen.
They even told us, like, we are going to give you guns and you're gonna fight for Ukraine. I say, hi. We gonna fight for Ukraine? We are not Ukrainian. We are black. So how can we fight? How can we fight for Ukraine? If we fight for Ukraine, we are going to die first because we are black. When they will see, oh, look at those black people. I think they are from they are from NATO. So we have to kill them first. So how could they think that way? Come on. Ukraine.
Please take a minute and listen to how Kara Phillips summarizes these Ukrainian actions.
With us now for more outside that train station in Poland. Marcus, here we are in the middle of a humanitarian crisis. People are still finding a way to dehumanize others, specifically others in need.
Kira, it is an ugly truth that is once again bubbling to the surface in the midst of a war, in the midst of a humanitarian crisis that is now unfolding here in Poland and Ukraine and in neighboring countries. And you heard from that gentleman there. He's 34 years old. He's lived in Ukraine for the past 9 years, originally from Congo, and he said he left the Republic of Congo for a better life, to escape the political situation, the strife there. And here he is once again now having to leave another country and is facing discrimination. Just a little bit more about what he said, Kira, that he and others endured as they tried to leave Ukraine. He is in Dnipro, or lived in Dnipro, which is just south of Kiev. And at one point on the train that he was trying to get on with so many other refugees, he said that the guards there said that only women and children would be allowed to board the trains that were headed west. And that then they saw that there were white men who were allowed to get on, but that the people of color were barred from getting onto that train. And it was a moment of disbelief for him, and certainly one of frustration. And he said that he would have gotten it on video, how the guards were aggressive, he said, towards the people of color, if he had had the time. But in the midst of the chaos, it was not his first thought to record what was happening. But certainly, as you know now, there have been a number of reports of discrimination that have unfolded in the midst of this mass exodus from Ukraine. And it's certainly very upsetting to him. But Kira, he said something very striking. For anyone who has been to that part of the world, and obviously the population is mostly white in Ukraine and in this part of the world. And he said that to be black in Ukraine that you expect to be treated a certain way. And so on a certain level, he wasn't surprised by what happened, but certainly he was saddened and frustrated today about what they all experienced.
You know what, if you don't mind, let's take a listen to another part of your exchange with him, Marcus, and talk a little bit more.
It was clear. It was clear. Because we are black. That's why they were acting that way. Come on. We are black people in a white country. We already know the way that we're gonna act with us. So for me, it's nothing.
There have been countless stories just like this one. What do they see when they see us? They visit our land and see the beauty. They visit our people and see how loving and ethnic they are. But do they really see us, Black people, as humans? Africa is a rich continent, rich with so much beauty, a beautiful people who's lost their heritage, who's lost their land, who's lost so much. A beautiful people that needs to be recognized for their intelligence, their beauty, their culture, their dance. Is this you? Is this you? We are a people filled with strength and love and laughter and energy. Let's take a listen to how receptive Ukrainians have been in the midst of all of this in the land of Zanzibar, Tanzania.
Well, their country is at war. After Ukraine closed its airspace last week, these Ukrainian tourists are stranded in Zanzibar with no idea what will happen next.
Our son is right now in Kiev, and he's with my parents, with husband's parents, and he's actually spending the second night in the bomb shelter. And we don't know how we will get out of here.
Many are desperate to get back, with some facing financial constraints.
People who are stuck here, they have no money to stay at the houses maybe or the hotels. They have no money to buy the food. They don't care about the war. They want to go to their families.
We don't want to stay in another country. We want to come back in Ukraine. We want to protect our motherland. We want to fight.
Zanzibar's government says it's looking for ways to support them.
We are talking to their ambassadors, tour operators, and hotel owners to find a way to help them. We want to plan charter flights to fly them to neighboring countries, and we have now asked hotels to provide them with services during this difficult time.
In the meantime, expat Ukrainians have been providing assistance to their fellow citizens.
We're trying to be together with our people here. We are one hand like here and the same in Ukraine. We support each other. And right now I took responsibility to help the people with medication here for those tourists.
As they wait for news, the tourists are hoping they'll be evacuated nearer home, though they worry about what they'll find when they get there.
Just like the Ukrainians want to go home, the Africans want to go home to their motherland. The purpose of this video is to show that the world that we live in often has so much double standards. I'd like to take this moment to ask that you please like and subscribe to this video, and I'd also like to thank you for watching. And remember, we Black people, African people, are loving humans. Let our people go.